Welcome back, folks. B-Shooter94 with another WCW Wednesday Night Nitro coming your way. I appreciate all of y'all who made the last Nitro have one of the best viewership we've had so far, so thank you so much for that, guys. We're on the road to Bash at the Beach. We have this Nitro and then a go-home show, and then we're there at our second big pay-per-view of the new WCW. We're technically on Nitro 296 in front of 2,400 people at the University of Central Florida. We're opening the show with the video package to Nitro's opening. We used the big stars of the company again for this one, just like your traditional minute 30 seconds long opening to the show that every big company uses. So we used Booker, Page, the Road Warriors, RVD, and Shane McMahon for this one. 58 rating on the opening video segment. Not much really else to say about that. And we open the show. So Booker T comes out and is cutting a promo saying that now that we know the main event for Bash at the Beach is me against Lance, we are going to make sure that Booker T stands tall once again as WCW champion, as the ring bearer, as the man who carries this company to the next level here in professional wrestling. That part got 100. I really wish I didn't put the FBI in this, but whatever, it still is what it is. The FBI interrupt and say that they have been hired by Lance Storm tonight to take you out, and that tonight it'll be Tracy Smothers facing off against Booker T in a non-title match, as Lance Storm said that he will not be here in attendance tonight at Nitro. So, a lot to unpack there. So, Booker T did the opening promo, your generic WCW Championship promo, interrupted by the FBI, Guido, Mamaluke, and Smothers, who say that Storm has hired them tonight to take on Booker T in a singles bout tonight, which would be Tracy Smothers facing Booker T. As I said, part 1 had 100, part 2 had a 38, is what it is. It gained heat. The FBI were lost completely out there, and Booker T was the saving grace of this entire thing. The fact that Booker T can get us promos to 100 now is crazy. That's how over he truly is right now. He is my Super Cena, if you will. So very, very great stuff here. I know it's not the best rating because we could have gotten like a 90 or 100 with Booker, but I'm really trying to make the FBI have a place on the roster. Maybe that's a fault of my own. I'm not sure yet, but trying my best to create some new talent to the card where the roster fills out more rather than just being jobbers. So 72 rating overall on this entire ring segment here to open the show. And the WCW Tag Team Championships are on the line. In a decent match, the Road Warriors defeat Palumbo and O'Hare in 13:23 when Road Warrior hot pinned Sean O'Hare with a roll-up. It was a storytelling match here. The Road Warriors make defense number 2 of their WCW Tag Team Championship. So this time, the Road Warriors did not win in a convincing fashion. They won more or less on a banana peel slip, and they got the roll-up for the victory as veterans. No cheating here, just straight up roll up. Wrestling rating of 51, crowd of 43. The segment overall, was a 55. Palumbo a 49, O'Hare a 46, Hawk a 52, Animal a 57. Storyline has advanced. O'Hare and Hawk were off their game, which is disappointing. Obviously, the Road Warriors have great chemistry. Commentary lifted the match, and Sean O'Hare benefits from having a hot new move. After the match, the Road Warriors and Sean O'Hare and Chuck Palumbo, they all shake hands as respect for the great match that they just had for the WCW Tag Team Championship. Storyline has advanced, 56 rating overall. We get a pre-tape angle here where we're Shane McMahon's office as Chavo Guerrero comes in, still pissed off the fact that he has to defend the WCW Tag Team Championship, WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Sorry, I messed my words up there. And says that it's wrong that he cannot have his guys at ringside tonight in his match against Shane Helms. And Shane McMahon says, well, I'll do you one even better. They have bigger issues to worry about tonight because both of them are in triple threat matches of Cruiserweight showcases. And the first one is AJ Styles versus Juvi Guerrera versus Kid Kash. And the second one is Christopher Daniels, Psicosis, and Jamie Noble. And Chavo Guerrero just gives that very upset face towards Shane McMahon as he scolds as he walks out of the office. 56 rating on this one. The Cruiserweight title storyline has advanced, and Shane McMahon benefiting from having the public support. So 2 matches were announced there for this Nitro. So lots of action for this show, and it develops the storyline more with the Cruiserweight title division as well, because now Chavo Guerrero has to defend his championship completely on his own tonight, and Shane McMahon's really doubling down on that to make sure there's no shenanigans. In the first triple threat match, and about that had decent wrestling but little heat, AJ Styles defeats Juvi Guerrera and Kid Kash in 8:03 when AJ Styles pins Kid Kash after a spiral tap. This was supposed to be a high spots matchup. Wrestling rating of 53, the crowd was not feeling this one. Segment rating of 54, AJ of 55, Juvi to 50, Kid Kash of 53. Commentary lifted the match, and AJ had a benefit from having a hot new move. So these triple threat matches are three things for this show. First one, it's a good excuse to get a lot of guys on the show. 2, it's giving the 2 guys I want to have wins and start building up more in the Cruiserweight division. And 3, it makes Juvi and Psicosis not be able to be at ringside for the main event tonight for the Cruiserweight title, so it adds more depth to that story as well. We get a quick backstage promo from Shane Helms talking about how tonight it's finally an even playing field. Shane Helms versus Chavo Guerrero. Let the best man win for the Cruiserweight title tonight. 39 on that promo. A little disappointing out of Shane here, but it advances the storyline, and that's where we're trying to get to here. In a bout that had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling, BG James defeats Hugh Morrus in 10 minutes by pinfall with a pump handle drop. Wrestling rating of 49, the crowd was a 48, and the overall segment was a 50. BG James a 55, Hugh Morrus a 44, and the commentary lifted the match. So if you remember last week, during the vignette promo from BG saying he was going to be here this week, he's a man of his word. He was in action, and he defeated Hugh Morrus in a singles bout. Post-match, however, we see a video show up on the vignette, and it's Diamond Dallas Page as he's walking into the Armstrong Wrestling Academy, which, if anybody knows, BG James is Brian Armstrong, and he walks in and says, maybe I'll go pay, you paid my folks a visit in the Jersey Shore, let me go visit your family, BG James. I'm going to go see your old man, Bullet Bob, and see what he can show me on how to defeat you at Bash at the Beach. BG James is obviously very pissed off in the ring, as he obviously has been one-upped here by Diamond Dallas Page, and to build more fuel for the fire to get to their match at Bash at the Beach. 65 rating on that. Storyline has advanced and gained heat. Both men improvised well. This is my favorite story that I got going on right now, to be transparent. This is a nice thing to kind of make BG a guy in the company, and Page is just fantastic in everything so far. But I also don't want him in the WCW title picture, though, like right off the rip here. So this is just great for both guys involved here. And in our second triple threat match, and about that had decent wrestling but little heat, Christopher Daniels defeats Psicosis and Jamie Noble in 7:35 when Daniels pins Noble with a sit-out pedigree. Psicosis sustained a strained rotator cuff. That could be a problem. Wrestling rating was a 50. Crowd was only a 25, and the segment was a 44. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, I have to get more of these guys over, and this is really the only way I can really get there. So Christopher Daniels picks up the victory. 54 for Daniels, 50 out of Psicosis, 45 out of Jamie Noble. The commentary quality lifted the match. So the main goal for these 2 triple threat matches was to give AJ and Daniels a win, feature Noble and Kash, and then obviously Psicosis and Juvi to not be in the main event. And thank you, Mr. Dave Taylor, for that. We get a promo in ring by Bob Holly saying that he has come to WCW. He had one goal in mind. He has a new goal. He wants to take out any rookies here in WCW and show that veterans are what make the wrestling business what it is, and not these privileged hands out trying to get handout rookies. And I'm going to put a stop to it starting tonight. Last week I took out the first rookie, Sonny Siaki. Tonight, next rookie, come on down. 47 rating out of that, and the Bob Holly, the Angry Vet storyline has advanced. So like I said, this storyline is going to be very much a play on Bob Holly's Tough Enough situation that he did there, where he's going to go after all the young guys of the company, and that's going to be kind of his main focus right now. And he's about to face another rookie whose name you will recognize, so we'll see how this goes here. In a poor match, Bob Holly defeats James Storm in 6:19 by pinfall with a Falcon Arrow. 46 on the wrestling crowd was a 32. Segment was a 58. Bob got us a 63. Storm's a rookie, so I'm not expecting a lot here. 28. The commentary lifted the match. This is strictly, again, another... what's the recap here? Oh, okay. This is strictly to get Bob Holly another win, as this is how we're kind of getting towards the next part to the storyline here, as we've got two rookies that he's taken out of kind of no-name guys, at least right now. So we're going to keep developing this and seeing where we can go with it. I think it's something nice for Bob because it gives him a chance to really, I don't want to say shine, because shine's not the right word, but have something where the story actually is going to mean something rather than just throwaway. So, and post-match, we have 2 minutes where Bob Holly just keeps the beat down on James Storm until referees come out and stop it. So again, Bob Holly is beating down on another rookie post-match. 56 on that. We get a backstage promo from Mike Awesome talking about his number one contender, Curt Hennig, saying that next week he's going to confront Curt Hennig and tell him once and for all that the U.S. Championship is not leaving his side, no matter who he has to face. People say that he snuck by Rob Van Dam. He's snuck by every other challenger he's got so far. And Curt Hennig, you are just going to be another person on Mike Awesome's reign of terror for the U.S. title. A little 43 promo out of Mike Awesome here. I didn't want to have these guys on the show. I did, but I didn't want them to really interact too much. I want that to be for the next Nitro, so that way there's not so much going on this Nitro that they get lost in the shuffle. Storyline advanced but lost heat. 43 on that promo, like I said. In a decent match, Rob Van Dam defeats Kaz Hayashi in 8-10 by pinfall with a frog splash. Wrestling was a 64, crowd rating a 38, and 66 overall on the segment. 78 out of Van Dam, 50 out of Hayashi. RVD benefited from being in all these things: hot new move, public support, and amazing form. Good match here out of Van Dam. I knew we'd get a good match out of him and Hayashi, but I wanted to set up for this, which is post-match. Kanyon comes out onto the ramp and calls out Rob Van Dam for a match at Bash at the Beach, one-on-one. As last week you saw, Van Dam did get the win on Kanyon, and Canyon's obviously not okay with that, and he wants to prove that he is just as good, if not better, than Rob Van Dam by laying down this challenge. 65 on that promo from Kanyon, so that's much better. We like that. The storyline has advanced, and RVD benefited from having the public support. So we have another new match for Bash at the Beach, which is going to be awesome. These two guys are definitely going to work out well, as we saw with the Nitro last week. So looking forward to what they can do on pay-per-view. We get a backstage promo from the Second City Saints, CM Punk and Colt Cabana. They also lay down a challenge, as they laid down the challenge to Mark Jindrak and Sean Stasiak for Bash at the Beach. They're tired of this. They got the win on them, and these two guys just can't take the hint when they lost. That's just how it is. But CM Punk lays down the challenge for next week to face Sean Stasiak in a singles bout. So 34 on the promo there. Punk and Cabana are getting better, and the storyline has advanced, but did lose heat. We are going to get these guys over. That's just going to have to be how it is, to build more depth in our company and our tag team division. So this is going exactly how I wanted. I wish the ratings were a little bit higher, but I'm not going to be a huge complainer on that one. In a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Booker T defeats Tracy Smothers in 6:33 when Tracy Smothers intentionally gets disqualified. Johnny the Bull came in and turned heel by attacking Booker T, and the rest of the FBI also laid it in on Booker T. 67 on the wrestling, 49 on the crowd, 70 overall on the match, which is fantastic, way higher than I expected. 89 out of Booker, 44 out of Smothers. Storyline has advanced for the WCW title. They have great chemistry, and Booker T looked great. We are going to officially turn Johnny the Bull here. Here we go. Good stuff here. And then post-match, Lance Storm cuts a promo as he walks out on stage. So he was there this entire time, and he says that this is why you hire hitmen to take out your problems. Booker, if you even make it to Bash at the Beach, I will be taking that WCW championship from you. And just remember that the FBI is always lurking whenever I need them. The WCW title story has advanced. This is all great stuff here. Lance Storm did great. Booker was great. 42 overall in the segment just because of the FBI being there. So I will have to adjust my plans there a little bit. But this was a nice way of kind of not being fully Booker versus Storm, but also still having it be in there. We discovered something new with Booker and Tracy Smothers having good chemistry, which I like that. We turned Johnny the Bull heel, kind of out of nowhere, but I want him to be in the FBI because he might be one of the only guys I can really use, like singles belt-wise. So good stuff overall here. I'm kind of glad I did not make this the main event because I was a little nervous on the segment rating. So let's see how the main event treats us here. In a decent match, Chavo Guerrero Jr. defeats Shane Helms in 12:33 by pinfall with a brain buster. Chavo Guerrero Jr. 2 makes defense number 2. Wrestling rating 58, crowd 41, segment 59. Shane Helms got us a 54. Chavo was 63. Storyline has advanced. Helms was off his game, which is really disappointing. Commentary lifted the match, and Shane Helms benefited from having a hot new move. So Chavo Guerrero was able to defend his Cruiserweight Championship after a wicked brainbuster without any help. So Shane Helms now needs to kind of go back to the drawing board as he's no longer the #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship, as Chavo Guerrero has slayed him and proved to everybody that he can retain his championship on his own. 59 rating on that whole segment there. Hoping for a little bit higher, but I'll take it. We end the show this week with a 63, which is a little disappointing. I think we had some opportunities this week to have better ratings. That's on me, obviously. I tried to do a couple more things with the lower mid-card than I probably shouldn't have. I could have probably gotten away with better writing there for the U.S. title as well. But overall, guys, the show got us a 63. We did increase our popularity in 9 regions, so we will gladly take that. I want to say thank you to everybody who's keeping this going. Please make sure you are liking the videos. I greatly appreciate that. It helps me out a ton. Throw your comments in there if you got ideas, or if you saw something and you're like, hey, let's try to change this up, or you like someone I want to push, or whatever. Anything you guys want to comment, I do try to get to every comment possible. But again, I want to say thank you guys, and we have one more Nitro before Bash at the Beach, and that's going to be coming to you as quickly as I can. See you guys next time.